It's fun to explore all the beautiful and natural terrain in our area, but sometimes in your search for adventure, you might need a little help. Thurston County Search and Rescue is on call when people are lost or injured. And we're going to learn a little bit today about them in the episode on Thurston County Connection. So please stay tuned and watch for the fun stuff. Good afternoon, I'm Thurston County Commissioner Bud Blake, and today we're going to talk about emergency management and how it happens here in Thurston County. Today I have with me Sonya Kroese. She's going to give us an overview of Thurston County emergency management and specifically talk about search and rescue. Hello Sonya, how are you doing today?
Hi Bud, I'm good, how are you?
Pretty good. So tell us a little bit about yourself first and how many years you've been with the Thurston County Emergency Management and some of the things you like about it.
Okay, I've been with the county for about 17 years and 16 of those have been with the emergency management, and I have a lot of variety in my job and I really enjoy that.
Wow, does it deal with a lot of people in terms of public outreach and public awareness as far as emergency management?
We do a lot of public outreach for sure, and we deal with citizens and help them out during emergencies.
Good. And one particular program we have is the search and rescue, right?
Yes.
And so how long have you been involved with that? And tell us a little bit about that. Give us an overview.
I've probably been involved in search and rescue for about 15 years, and our search and rescue groups are 100% volunteers.
Oh.
They volunteer 24/7, 365 days, even on holidays.
Mm-hmm.
They train year-round for different situations.
Good. And so with that in mind, how many people are involved in search and rescue? Do they come and go? What's the kind of the turnover rate, and why do people stay with it?
I think people stay with it because it's very rewarding. They get to help the citizens of Thurston County and as also citizens outside the county. Other counties can call and request our resources and they'll come and help on searches.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that part. Good. So in training, do you know a lot of details about how they train and some of the things they go through in order to stay proficient with some of the skill sets? And what are some of the skill sets?
They have a very comprehensive training program, and they train year round. In all kinds of training, and each of our units have a different, unique
I heard some of it was like wheels, like bicycle and jeeps, and do they mix it up in that kind of way, and then foot, and all that kind of?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Each group has a different set of skills and resources that they bring.
Mm-hmm.
We do have the hounds. We have 4x4s, bicycles, ATVs, and ground searchers.
And the hounds, the dog hound, they come from another part of the county. Is that not this Thurston County, but from a different county? Is that correct?
We utilize the German Shepherd search dogs from Renton, but we also have the search dogs here in Thurston County, the hounds.
Wow, that's fantastic. And about how you say 365 days a year, 7 days a week. Is there a number of missions they are required to do per year, or is there any, or they just kind of on hold or on call? How does that work for operations sake?
They're on call all the time. Typically in a year, it's between 15 to 25 missions, either in county or out of county, that they go out on.
Snow, rain, sunshine, all of it, right?
All of it, yeah.
That's great, yeah. Well, that's fantastic. Tell me a little bit about how the Thurston County Sheriff's Office is involved in how they operate as far as search and rescue.
The Sheriff's Office is over the operational piece of search and rescue, and emergency management is the coordinating agency. So we actually work together, but the Sheriff's Office is over the whole program.
Oh, so they have the primacy and the authority portion of
Absolutely.
this in terms of how the operation is going to go or not go, right?
Yes.
And do you train with them a lot? And how often how often does it get together as far as the Emergency Operations Center and bringing the Sheriff's Office in and doing some of the training pieces?
We haven't been involved in a lot of the training pieces, but that's something that we have talked with the Sheriff's Office about getting more involved in.
But certainly well connected and coordinated with each other.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
And so, why are you involved? What makes it happen for you? What makes it tick for you?
I really just appreciate the people that are involved in search and rescue. They, like I said, they give up their time. They go away from their families to help the other citizens of the county, and they're just great people.
So
I
not
just
only
can't
is
say enough about them.
helping to the county, but there's a benevolence there as far as helping someone else that needs help.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you so much, Sonya. It's very good of you.
Thanks, Bud.
You bet. Yeah, so I wanted to continue with Sonya's information, and I want to introduce to you Deanna. She is the captain of the search and rescue. And Deanna, just tell us a little bit about how you're involved in your role, and then we can talk about some of the training and other issues as far as search and rescue.
Okay. I have been involved with South Puget Sound Mobile Search and Rescue for going on 7 years now. Most recently last year, Adam and myself took over the roles as captain and second in command for the unit. So this will be my second year running the unit as captain. I also started out doing the grant writing my second year with the unit, and then I'm also PIO as well.
Wow, that's a lot of duties to carry on.
hats.
And so tell me why you do it and how many years you've been doing it.
Well, 7 years. Just it's a huge passion. My mom actually was a missing person years back for a brief period of time, but it's very scary, and it's a wonderful way to give back to your community.
Wow.
All nonprofit, all volunteer member ran.
And so the search and rescue as a unit, tell us a little bit about that. How many people and how long they've been involved, and the type of volunteers that want to do this, and some of the requirements that it takes to be a volunteer.
Well, we've been a 501c3 corporation since 2004. We have about 25 members currently. We have 4x4 units, mountain bike, ATV, and most recently we have adapted canine to our unit. We love what we do. We're kind of like a family.
And how often do you train? Is it a calendar thing, or is it just wait on call? Kind of walk us through that as far as the operation.
On average, I'd say we have one search, one event, and one training per month. So, but with the dogs now in county, we're hoping that we'll get a lot, not that that's a good thing for call outs, but it's nice to have canine in our county again.
When you need it.
Yeah.
You bet. And so as far as, you said there's vehicle type, there's bike and Jeep, and do you have a favorite of one of those two that you like the best and that you've done?
That I personally,
Sure.
I'm a Jeep girl all the way. I love the Jeeps. Yeah.
That's great. So Adam here, he does the canines, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Adam, walk us through, tell us a little bit about how the canine portion of this works for search and rescue.
Well, as far as the canines go, we train every weekend. We train throughout the county in different locations. We try to get it as real as possible. We currently have 1 wilderness and 3 urban dogs certified to go out. Altogether, I think we have 6 dogs in the county that are registered through the DEM. We have other dogs that are
DEM is?
the Department of Emergency Management. We have other dogs that are upcoming, so when we have to retire one or whatnot, then we have other ones that are going to take their place.
What makes a dog specific about wilderness versus something that's non-wilderness? How does that happen as far as the training?
So wilderness has a lot of other animal sense. A lot of dogs have a prey drive, which is animal. We have to correct that. We can't let them. We can't allow them to do that. So, and then when you get into urban, you have vehicles, people, food, you name it, it's there, and they have to be able to work past those certain scenarios to find who they're looking for.
Great. And so for other counties, we do some cooperation with other counties. Is that how it goes? And then tell us how Thurston County does that with other counties.
As far as other counties go, we have a verification process that comes from an outside county that verifies our dogs, that says that they can do what they're supposed to do. So it's nothing that we do in county as of yet. So it's, they're legitimately able to do what they're asked to do.
Great. Now the $1 million question. How did Adam get involved and why?
I got involved in the whole search and rescue aspect was because of my dad. I unfortunately lost my dad, and I had to help somebody. So I got involved, and this is what I do. I've had a passion for dogs my whole life. So it's something that I was very strong about, and I wanted it in the county because we didn't have it. So it took a few years to get it running, and here we are.
Well, thank you for what you both do.
You bet.
So, Deanna, 2 more questions before we leave here. Okay. For volunteers, and I know you're very proud of your volunteers, you have about 25. Tell the viewing audience just how one gets involved in some of the prerequisites and just some of the expectations of a volunteer during search and rescue.
Okay. First of all, we have a monthly meeting the 3rd Thursday of every month at the EOC on Tilley Road, 7 o'clock. December is the only month we do not have a meeting. We ask that the public, anybody that's interested in search and rescue, come on out, sit through a meeting. We ask that you attend 2 meetings to make sure you are interested in the unit, make sure it's a good fit for you, and we can give you paperwork for a background check and an application for the unit. We ask that you're 18 years of age. We like for you to have a valid driver's license so that you can get to and from a search. And you just have to have some time to devote to being a volunteer. Everybody has different life sets and time to volunteer. Some of us devote more than others. We put you through all the in-house training classes that you need. There's probably a couple of handfuls of classes. But after you get a few things down, we can put you as an observer on a call out for the county. And that's a really great way to see if it's a fit for you, is to go out on an actual
That's one of the most
search.
important parts of it, is the fit for you, right?
Yes.
Other than the passion to be able to be a volunteer, right?
Right. That's
Great. So Deanna or Adam, if people wanted to donate to the search and rescue, tell people how they can do it, and some of the things you're looking for, not only time but monies or other items, and then how can they contact you on the website or any other means?
Okay. Our website is www.spsmsar.org. All of our contact info is up on the webpage as well. We have a Donate Now button through Networking for Good. You can click right there, real easy to make your donation. You can mail it into our PO address, which is on the website as well. We also are Car for Causes recipients. We haven't had a car donated for quite a while, but if you're interested in that. If you want to, say, not be directly involved with search and rescue, but want to volunteer your time to come out on one of our weekend canine trainings, just reach out. Any other questions of equipment we need or any other donation questions, just don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Just get on the web or call you and just make it
Absolutely.
happen, huh?
Absolutely.
You bet. And then for a tip, any advice to the public as far as how a tip works in terms of search and rescue?
Absolutely. First of all, if you need search and rescue services, call your 911 or local law enforcement agency. We have to have a mission number. You can't call us directly to ask us to come out and look for a loved one, unfortunately. And I'd say the best tip I can give anybody is be in search and rescue. It's very frustrating when you go out looking for somebody and you don't know where to begin looking. So for those of you watching, if you go out on any type of adventure, always let somebody know where you're going and when you'll be back.
Very good advice, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd like to take the moment to thank Deanna and Adam here, representing Thurston County Search and Rescue. The 25 volunteers you have and the dogs do great, marvelous stuff, and I just want to appreciate what you do for Thurston County.
Thank you.
You bet.
The authorities get called in, and we get called in, and the dog team's going to be told, we think he was here. And so Adam's going to show up with Enfield with his dog, and he's going to have a scent article from Bud, probably gathered from his car, and he's going to present that to the dog, and then the dog will, if there's Bud scent here, will take off and follow him. So what we're doing right now is, Bud's not here when the dog started because he's lost, right? So what we're doing is we're taking Bud and we're going out and placing him in the wilderness so he can be found. So that's what we're doing. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah, sure. For me.
I need you to rip this open, touch the gauze pad, and put it in here.
Just touch it where, like?
Just put it on your hands, rub it together, and put it in here. Normally we wouldn't do this on a search,
yeah, that's fine.
but I think he wants to take some of the...
I want this dog to find me.
We don't know in a real situation if who has potentially touched the scent article and who has contaminated it. It's often that the police officers will touch a vehicle or be a contaminating source. So you wipe your gauze on the vehicle, suddenly you've got the officer's scent as well as the lost person's scent. And it could be that the officer scents a fresher trail. So it would be logical for the dog to say, well, there's two scents on this, and the fresher scent happens to be the officer. So what we do is we actually line up potential contaminants before we start, and he'll tell his dog, no, these are not the people you're finding.
So when I bring him in front of you, just let him smell you, and he'll continue by. Check, 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 check. Good boy, come on.
Now he's putting a harness on him and that's the signal to the dog that they are going to be working. The harness is fairly comfortable. It's designed to distribute the load of his pulling evenly across their body so they can work long periods of time. They pull.
They what?
They pull hard.
Oh, okay. There we go. Here I am lost in the woods, Fort Leonard Wood, right?
Yeah, lost in the woods.
Yeah. We're doing a scenario here where I'm a person who's lost in the woods. Just marched in about half a mile, and we're waiting for the dog to receive its scent. My scent as far as initiating the process, and we're going to wait to let the dog do his work, and then we'll find out just how successful he or she is going to be.
Hey. Ready? Jack.
You did it.
What are you doing? Okay, good boy. There it is. Good boy. Nice job, buddy.
Thank you.
So when he knows his person has the cheese. That's his treat. And that's the only time that he gets it.
So these dogs, they can do a 24, 48-hour trail without any problem, whereas you'll see a lot of dogs start having problems beyond 12 hours.
Wow.
So
They're designed for it, huh?
they're designed for it.
Wow.
I just love watching it. It's
Can you tell me about the olfactory senses again? I just didn't roll.
How's the nose work?
How they have so many more than.
Oh, I don't know exact numbers. But
So, from what I remember, the average human, I think, has 75,000 olfactors in your nose. So that's the fingers or whatnot in your nose that help you find. These guys have, I believe, upwards of 300,000. So it's said that when we walk into a house, we smell stew cooking. We smell a stew. You know, we know what that is. These guys are supposedly supposed to be able to smell the ingredients that make that stew. So they can pick out anything, any little thing. I mean, you really just can't hide from these guys.
yeah, you
So-
can't. If the bloodhound's not finding somebody, it's because of a handler error. And you can see that's the telltale sign of a bloodhound. Their ears are longer than their nose.
Well, as they work, I mean, you'll see them when they drop their head, their ears naturally curl. And that's what creates their funnel coming into their nose, so it pulls everything straight into their face. The position of their head will tell us how fresh the scent is versus how old it is. Like him, he worked with his head a bit on the ground, but was able to pop it up a little bit here and there. Obviously, he just walked through.
So it's pretty fresh because he was able to lift his head.
Correct. So it's still kind of airborne. The temperature, rain, humidity, everything plays a big factor in where this scent is going to be, whether it's on the ground, whether it's still hanging in the air. Hot day, it's going to be higher, so you know that their nose are going to work higher. It's all in reading your dog. Great thing for him, he's really easy to read. And makes my life a whole lot easier.
Yeah, I have his half sister. They put up little signs. I'm going to turn left.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this today. Really.
Yeah. Appreciate everybody coming out.
Thanks for joining us in this episode of Thurston County Connection. If you'd like to learn more about volunteering your time with search and rescue, go to their website at thurstoncounty.org. To watch more of these episodes of Thurston County Connection, go to tcmedia.org. I'm Commissioner Bud Blake. Thank you for watching today.
you.